pressing on, it's not over. Now it depends on you. Every day and every night, should you go or should you fight? It's okay, just take my hand through it all. You will stay.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, and we have one of your favorite guests on today, Mr. Drake Bailey, and joining us will be the dot connector, Christine, as well. So that should make for a very lively show, and I think Drake has some new intel that he has been able to, he's been told he can release, and we hope that it is what it is, and it's what happens. So anyway, let me put it that way. Let me bring on Drake and bring on Christine.
There I be.
There you be.
Christine, you got to make your gift smile.
Yeah, I've been trying.
I told her.
I told her so many times, would you please smile, you know?
Queensland, Australia, cool place to be.
Oh, and hi, David. Hi, Peg. Hi, Sue. Hi, everyone who's here. I'm so happy that you're here. And, well, Drake, what do you got? You said you had something. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got to tell us?
I got more stuff than anybody else on the planet.
Oh, okay. Prove it.
Yeah, you don't want me. Believe me, you don't want me to do that. You really don't. I had an ET that told me to do that, and I didn't. It ain't been right. It has not been right since.
Okay, look at this. Why always at somebody's? Is this somebody having the audacity to complain at the time that we're doing this show?
Always at the middle.
They're probably in Australia or something.
No, I don't know.
Well, I'm so sorry. I mean, I do this on my own time for nothing, no pay or anything like that. And you're going to complain about the time that I do it?
Trump be arrested?
That's just really unbelievable. But okay, whatever. So we have. Oh.
We are. May I jump in for a second?
Yes, you are. May.
We did have 2 YouTube channels up, so we're just waiting for people to migrate from the first video. Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't like people to wait. I don't like to wait too long, because but we can wait a little bit. I'm
just letting you know that some people still have to migrate over.
Well, where are they migrating from? I mean, they should be on my channel right now.
The other YouTube video we had up.
Oh, just got here.
Okay, I'm confused, but okay, whatever.
That's all right. I got it.
Anytime is good.
Okay.
I'm telling them in the chat.
Okay, let's go ahead.
I did what?
Thank you, Susan. We all have a life, and we have to work around that sometimes, you know.
9:12 a.m. My. I am here in Australia.
Okay, we're getting there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, go ahead. What are you talking about?
Am I supposed to do something?
Well, I thought Drake was going to share some new stuff with us.
He is. We were just waiting because you suggested that we wait. So we don't have to wait.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's just do it. Let's just do it, Drake.
So we can do it anywhere. We're going to do it anyway. Not worry about it.
Yeah, as a host, I'm saying let's go. Let's go with it. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Very simply, Trump's going to win his legal problems with the idiots that are in charge of the FBI and the Justice Department, and they're going to cringe when he comes up with what he's been advised to do.
Okay. I must stop you for one minute, Drake, and that is, do I have to go? Are we going to be talking about things that they will censor? Because I am on YouTube right now, and they got 2 strikes on me, and all I got to do is have one thing said they don't like, and then it'll go. So I can shut it off.
Is Trump forbidden?
I don't think so, but
why
I
don't
don't
we-
know.
That's what I was talking about. Right?
Yeah, I know. I just don't
Okay.
know, Drake. I don't know.
Well, I don't either.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
how are we supposed to find out? Christina, you're supposed to know everything.
Okay, fine. For the first 10 minutes, Drake, we're going to be on Gail's channel on YouTube, and then we can talk. Then we're going to go to my channel on YouTube as the backup. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to shut my YouTube channel off. Christine doesn't care at this point if they take her down, and they're probably not going to because she doesn't have that many subscribers right now. So that's something, but for the next couple months, it might be wise to subscribe to her channel because I'm going to have to use her as the backup channel for anything that's the least bit controversial, that doesn't follow the official narrative, because they will shut me down and take down every single video that I've done and all the work that I've done over the years. So to avoid that from happening.
That means I can't talk about nothing.
That no, you're going to be able to. That's why I'm going to shut my channel off, and we're going to go to Christine's channel because yours is up and running, right, Christine?
Yes.
Hello?
Let me get the link though first. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm getting the link.
Oh, geez, Drake, when you do that, hit the mic and that just hurts your ears. That hurts your ears.
I'm faking it.
Okay, yeah, I know. It sounds pretty good fake, though. But why should I expect any less, right? Christine is working on getting thank you. She just put the link in the chat. Now I am going to, sorry, guys, I love to have you on my channel, but I have to do this on Christine's because these people are just being ridiculous. So I'm going off my channel. Now you go to the Dot Connectors channel so we can talk freely. It's not likely that they'll take her down. It's not likely they'll take her down, but trust me, they'll take me down in a heartbeat. So in order to be safe, we're going over to her. Plus, you can always go to my Rumble channel is good, and so is the Odyssey channel. They are uncensored channels. So whenever I do a show, you can go there instead of YouTube. But right now we're using the Dot Connectors YouTube channel for backup. So I'm shutting it off, my YouTube, right now.
Okay. Tell me when we're good to go.
Yeah, as far as I know, you're good to go right now.
Okay, that means I can start lying about everything. Okay.
Now it says, oh, wait a minute. Sandy Maynard says, I'm subscribed to her channel. It's not playing.
Uh-oh.
But it seems to be working for other people, doesn't it? You know?
I don't see it yet.
If you have a problem, if it doesn't work for us for some strange reason, you always can go to Rumble or Odyssey on my channel, Gail of Gaia, Rumble or Odyssey. So I don't know what else to tell you. We're working with these
subscribe to her channel. It's not playing. Which her are you talking about, Sandy?
Probably Christine's. It shouldn't be my channel, but you should be able to go to Rumble, my Rumble channel. I've had people do that in the past, or my Odyssey channel. You can go there. Those are uncensored channels. I always have them in the stream as. So now somebody says it's working. Why does it? Sometimes it works for some people and it doesn't work for other people. Go figure out. I can't figure that out. I don't know why it does that.
Maybe it just takes a few minutes.
So look, at some people say no problem.
Gail, I'm putting the Odyssey and Rumble things in here, but we probably do want to stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
Drake. So say code words, Drake, if you need to talk about something. Okay.
Huh?
Use code words if you need to bring up a sensitive
I
subject.
haven't worked out any codes yet.
Are we ready to go? Let's just go, okay? Because people have they can go to Odyssey, they can go to Rumble, they can go to the Dot Connectors channel. I've already shut off my YouTube channel. So Go for it, Drake. Let's take it away.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Trump then. That seems to be a forbidden subject. I'll just throw my 2 feet in. They're probably stinky too. I haven't took a shower yet. I'll say. Anyway, very, very concisely, Trump declassified all of the friggin' documents that those turkey butts want to keep, and they're not legally allowed to keep. And the raid and whatnot that went on is because of that an unconstitutional overreach of the Department of Justice and the FBI, which means that Trump can sue for damages. He can get his safe repaired and all that stuff. He said they broke into it. I didn't really understand quite what he was talking about, but anyway, even the top secret documents, everything there was declassified according to the presidential capability to do so. Now, I have special permission from certain intel people to declassify things that I find are classified, and I've got a couple of those that are coming up too. One of them, this is classified information. It is declassified when I release it. Deals with ET and United States Department of Defense don't want to talk about it because they're so advanced from what we got that they play tag with our fastest jets and all that sort of thing. Anyway, they also pick on the Pentagon. Pentagon would like to be able to tell that they're there, and they come in with their full cloak on. They can't tell they're there, and then they go, "Oh, let's turn it off. We're right over them." Yeah, click, and they get a big picture window full of ET machines standing there, ooh, and all that. And well, the thing is, we got until October the 10th, or the 3rd, I mean, excuse me, according to the last intel I got. Now, here's the thing. The 10th, the dang it, bite my tongue. The 10th, the 3rd, I'm getting ready
Talk much?
anyway, the 3rd is the absolute last date given. Okay, that does not mean that that the things that I have talked about cannot happen sooner. Wouldn't that be fun? Think about all the people that would have a real serious problem if they started having an acid trip in the middle of whatever it was they was doing. Like flying a B-52 bomber around, having your finger on a red button and ready to push, but it turns into chocolate pudding and you want to taste, so you put your finger in it. When you put your finger in it, it pushes stuff out. Oh boy. E.T. has the unique sense of humor to realize how ridiculous most of the things that we take seriously are. Main one of those is politics. It doesn't make sense to ET. Do what? You out of your mind? And so they adjust things accordingly. Now the fun of what's coming. When I said acid trip, what I mean is what you see in terms of videos made for the purpose of showing what an acid trip might be. That means that the physical structure of things changes. Your desk becomes liquid, among other things. Oh, yeah, hey, you have the walking through walls. You're liable to step in the wrong spot on the floor and go right through. The neighbors downstairs might not like that. So, you got to be prepared for fun and games. ET is going to have people, and a lot of them, here to assist us with all this transition stuff that's coming up. The one thing right now you got to pay attention to, and that is that The quantum banking system is the first system that they put in place on all of these trips into transition. The excuse me. The neat part about it is that it draws all the money in terms of the value of the money into itself. It is impervious to any kind of a hack. There is known to even God wouldn't want to get in there. It's too messy. Anyway, so what you have to understand is that everything that you were familiar with, to include the desk, is apt to change into something. Might turn into Dino the dinosaur or something. You can ride off into Gaga land or whatever. This will last no longer than 3 days. That's the time period it takes. The longer you're in the time period, the more you come back to a reality. Now, I said a, not the, a reality. We're going through from 3D to 4D almost immediately. That turns off 3D. 3D is the test tube that we get to see Skype.
That was for me,
Oh,
Drake.
anyway, so you got all of that fun and games going on, and then you get to be included in this mix. And if you are a person of importance, in other words, you got a position of power, a position that calls for the exercise of power and things of that nature, you will be in the acid trip fund for only a very short period of time. When you're brought out, you'll be totally healed of any kind of fun and games and problems that you may have had. That includes a nice little thing about people wanting to know when all this is going to happen. Well, it was going to be 11/3. Now it's 10/3. I don't know how they did it, but they moved it up a month. The other part of this is very simple. As the upstairs quantum banking system is put in place and becomes operational, you're going to start seeing ET decloak. That means the ones you can't see them now, all of a sudden, bing, you got a whole sky full of ETs tooling around in their spaceships and stuff. Last time I got a number, there was about 2,500 races intermittently visiting and alternating with other entities up there. You might get an ET that looks like us, and if you can handle it, I will get an ET that looks like Squiddy or something. It doesn't really matter. What matters most is that they're here to help. You'll recognize that particular entity that shows up, on the door. You'll recognize that entity. They'll say, "Hi, how you doing?" And you can ask them questions about yourself that only you can know, and they'll be able to answer no problem. That's one way you can just, double check your security. Second part is that med beds. Everybody wants to know about med beds. Ooh, well, the decloaking and other things, this will take about a day total when this starts happening. You're going to see med beds everywhere. Clinics, hospitals, doctors' offices, you name it. Everybody's going to have med beds. Now, you go into one of those things for maybe 15 minutes, maybe an hour. And when you come out, you're reset. Now, when I say reset, you notice all the old age things on me, like I look like I'm an antique. And I just, well, all that goes back to being a teenager. Woo! I mean that quite literally. Your physique and your assets
Well,
are adjusted.
May I ask you a question about that?
Wait a minute. I got one more little part of it.
Okay.
Everything or anything that might be out of whack Now, no matter what it is, whether it's old age or whatever, anything, um, certain illnesses, and there's only about 4 or 5 of them that I'm aware of. They haven't told me everything yet, but the illnesses that we have commonly down here, poof, are gone. Think about that. Think about think about having the energy and the strength and oh, I don't know, intuitions and freaked out ideas you had when you was a teenager. Think about having that all back, and that'll give you a good idea. Now, what do you want, Dot?
I
Connect.
wanted to I wanted to ask, and not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm just trying to be very cautious.
Uh-huh.
I know that before, I don't know, a couple months ago, there were some celestial chambers that were being marketed. Um,
Mhm.
and we found out from a couple different sources that they may not be the best thing for you, and they may be like anything else. There's good and there's bad. So how do we know that we're not going into a situation that might be nefarious or bad for you?
Okay,
There's
go on the internet, use your search engine, and look at med beds from the 1970s and 80s, and it'll give you a picture that's going to be screwy looking, but they use light and they use vibration and they use sound and they use color and a whole bunch of other things in those original beds that were made here on Earth. Okay,
Okay.
they're not really great, but they do work. Sometimes you got to spend a week in the thing to get what you get with the ET machine in a few minutes. So how do you know? Well, first of all, there'd be an ET with it. Number two, there'd be somebody that's been through that particular machine. Okay. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, we get we get everything to the point of having fun with life again instead of the serious in pain or whatever that this third dimension provides. Because I hate to tell everybody, but um, I studied linguistics. And I don't know what it was good for, other than it taught me a couple of things about spelling. My spelling sucks. My speller's been broken for years, but Old English, I seem to spell everything right. And I don't know what's wrong with Webster's and all of their supposedly intelligent geniuses over there. They screwed something up badly that I'd like to get back. The word old, white hair and all that stuff. Uh, the word old used to be a 4-letter word. That somebody made it into a 3-letter word, and I'd like to find out who done it.
Well, I just wanted to bring it up because we've been deceived about so many things. And when we did hear about the fake ones, or, there's going to be a lot of scams out there. We just have to anticipate that, be smart about it and use our critical thinking, because we want to make sure that, somebody's not stealing our soul or stealing our consciousness or
Well, that's what was
whatever we
said.
have to do.
Excuse me. That
Yeah.
was what was said about the celestial chambers. It wasn't, there was no one from the military there. There was someone that was asking a substantial amount of money in order to be able to do a prototype or what have you. And so there were people that have been asking about that particular chamber. Is it good? Is it bad? Or whatever. I'm not trying to knock anything that from anybody, but I don't know
I
that
will,
that's okay. I'll let you do it then. Okay. They don't have any military there. They don't have any ET there. So what I'm saying is that is a big red flag.
Okay. Now here's another little key. They haven't thought about this too much, and it's funny. And the reason it's funny is because it negates all the gobbledygookus that you were talking about false med beds. A med bed will sense what you are, what you're made up of, your this is neat, soul pattern and your spiritual pattern long before you get to the point of getting into the bed itself. Now, you'll find a definite welcoming. It's kind of like getting on grandma's lap and getting a big hug kind of deal. That's the feeling. Give you an idea. Um, and the true mentors have the capability of doing that with you, not for you, not against you, but with you. And there's a difference between things that do stuff to you, for in spite of you, like for you. Oh, we're going to be nice. We're going to fix your DNA, plug yourself into a wall socket, and light up. Yeah. Huh? Anyway, that's one way. Number two, these things will come out at a specific time. Bear that in mind, a specific time. And ET will announce a bunch of stuff all over the place, the internet, TV of every kind, smartphones, all of it. They're going to tell you, hey, here we come. We're bringing such and such. We are intending to set up such and such in a variety of places. Most people don't have a clue as to the size or volume capability of a mothership. A mothership can hold, a few thousand of our battleships inside, no problem. There's a way that they do that. So, what's neat is medbed ain't very big. It's not as big. No, I'd say it's about the size of the cockpit of a jet fighter, and those flat tops, they carry a whole bunch of so that anyway. So you get the picture. And I said again, and I'll say it again, it will be foretold to you. You're going to hear it everywhere. Radio stations, TV stations, you name it. It's all going to have ET on it. And ET is going to go, okay, y'all, pay attention. Here it comes. And they will tell you where they're going to be, where they're going to be located, and when. Now, how, this is kind of funny, but in correlation, it's really, really neat. And that is that Jesus Christ spoke. And when he did, he had people of varying languages that understood him. Varying languages. He only spoke one language. So, what you have to understand is that if it's Russian, if it's Chinese, it doesn't matter. You will hear it in your language, and you will be able to understand it. It's not going to be high tech shit. They're not going to tell you, this computer gobbled up that one or any of that stuff. It's going to be very simple. Hey, come on down, man. The water's fine. It's not difficult, but you have to be able to use your perception and perceive what is real and what isn't. Those things that are not real will seem weird. The ones that are real, like grandma giving you a big hug, come here, get on my lap, just great.
Okay.
Okay. Now what?
Is there more? Is there more?
Oh, I can put out a lot of stuff. They told me, they give me permission to put a bunch of stuff out, but
Well, go
keep
ahead.
it. We can keep it at that. I mean, if somebody has questions about it, that's when the fun begins.
Well, one of the problems that we have now is because when we switch over to the other channels, they don't most of the questions usually come on my YouTube channel, and if we go to a different one, we don't always see them. So that's part of the problem. So, but just the idea that the med beds, you got information about that. That's wonderful, because those of us who are older, and I just had a birthday yesterday, by the way, entered another decade, and I wish I didn't. So bring those med beds on. fun.
I've been in my seventh decade for a while. It ain't as much fun, and it's not what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, every decade gets a little worse, it seems.
Well, things tend to slouch or shrivel up,
Yeah,
or in other ways.
Sag.
Well, yeah, they don't want to let you know that guess what? You're not in charge anymore. We are. I get a hold of one of them little gremlins, boy. Anyway,
Okay.
anyway, the things that have been going on are astronomically fantastic. You've got about a million. I'm gonna use that as a loose round number. Entities up there working their whatever's off, trying to make sure that everything comes out not only the right way, but nice and smooth and fun.
That's really encouraging because that's what we need.
Yeah.
And people need to see something positive or something pretty soon. I hope.
Oh, they're gonna have mass arrests and all kind of parties going on.
Well, there are some arrests that are going on now, but I guess they aren't telling it on the mainstream media, so therefore most people won't believe it until they hear it there. It's really kind of sad that
Mainstream media won't be able to ignore this. When they go into Congress and the Senate and take about half, 3/4 of them out of there, now
if not all of them.
we think in terms of somebody putting on somebody like handcuffs and whatnot. These people will not be loose in terms of what they end up with in relation to what's going on. Now, there are a few, and I'm going to express this so everybody gets it. Bad guys. And you've heard the song if you watched any TV. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Well, guess what? They're gonna come for all of them, all at the same time. How are you going to escape? What do you mean the airplane won't start? Well, anyway, these people that are evil have a choice. If they're willing to change their evil ways and show that they can do what they're supposed to be doing, then they will be sent to a pristine planet and given axes and saws and shovels. They can build their own log cabins and live in them. The ones that are really nasty that come up with the one finger salute, their age multiplied with their IQ kind of thing. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I just added a couple of these were some questions that I got out of Skype that I was being.
Well, anyway, those people are going to be handled with the mass arrests, and the mass arrests should come about the same time, shortly after they get the banking system up and running. So there it is.
So now, what is it exactly that has to be done before October 3rd, just so we can reiterate
what has to be done?
Yeah.
You don't have enough time on your show for me to list it. There's too many things. You have I can give you the basics. You're going to have a total reset of our financial and goods exchange systems, whether that's buying, selling, trading, or whatever. That's going to be reset.
Question real quick. We're not talking about the great reset that the elite are talking about, are we?
Yeah, it's part of it. In other words, they do. There's about
what?
Half a dozen things that happen at about the same time as the reset or transition. And when I say about the same time, all they do is they give me it's going to happen by such and such a date, and I'll put that date out, but I don't guarantee that it'll be that long. It might be tomorrow. Anyway, the gist of it is simple. Some people are going to get punished and some ain't. Some worse than others. Then there's quite a few who are really nasty and they'll be zapped. Now, by zapped, I mean uncreated. Their soul pattern will be removed from them, and when you do that, it kills you pretty dead. The spirit starts heading back, and followed by the soul, the life force, or soul pattern, or however you want to put that. There are some ETs who are in charge of pools of soul life, spirit, etc. They are the ones that determine who becomes who, basically. And what the thing is that uncreated means that you just simply separate the soul pattern and the spirit, and when that happens, you're done. So they take you and they toss you back in the pool, and when they need some, they pick up a handful of this and a handful of that, put it all together, and out pops a person. Ain't that a neat one? Okay, now you're going to take this another step. The things that you've heard about Gitmo are correct. There have been a whole load of executions and whatnot going on there. One of the several places that have not been hit are the clone factories. I was on a mission a long time ago and started that. As part of the mission, I also got the location of all those secret prisons in Europe that they like to hide people out in and torture them a lot. So I turned on the authorities in 7 different countries to the fact that they had these prisons. They didn't know that they were there. Ooh. Anyway, they had some raids and some other nasty stuff, and it worked out pretty well. However, it did not alleviate the problem entirely. Now, ET has initiated a program where clones won't work right. They already shot the beam out. What it does, it causes the clone to question the authority of its originator. And when that happens, the clone stops. That's just exactly how it works. And ET will clean the mess up. I'll probably be involved, but
Wow, that's fascinating.
yeah. Well, they had one factory in Alaska that was about 4 times the size of the largest industrial facility you've ever heard of on the planet anywhere. It was about 8 miles and on each side. It had 3 stories above ground and 17 below ground. And we went in there and, we did a number on the place. I ran around, I ran around shorting out the machinery, and that was funny. You got to see the look on a clone's face when its goodies get shorted out.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people watching on Rumble, and somebody is asking. There's a couple other questions. You want to handle the questions in here right now? I can put
Sure.
it up on the screen. What I did is I had to copy and paste, because once I close down my channel, we don't get the questions from YouTube. You would have to ask the questions either in Rumble, Odyssey, or on the Dot Connectors channel. So
Okay.
anyway.
Ooh.
Okay, so here we go. Somebody says, good or bad, it does not matter. It is free will and you will ascend. Others say that if you are not of a higher frequency, you will go to another place to be incarnated again. How will that work? Freedom Scribe. Well, that's somebody else. Okay, how will that work?
Okay. First of all, forget the word ascend and ascension. It's a transition. An ascension requires everybody to die, and that's not in the cards.
Yeah.
If you end up a higher frequency, go to another place to be incarnated again. No. Your frequency will be improved by the med beds. Until you get to one, if you're not quite right, and you know you're not quite right, just grit your teeth, fasten your seatbelt and trudge on. Well, soldier on.
Yeah.
You don't have an option of fair weather soldiers in this thing.
Right.
It's not
Right.
fair.
Okay. The other question was, how about after the transition, will vinyl windows disappear? Vinyl windows. I wonder why they said
It
that.
depends on how the plastic's put together as to whether or not things will hold together, including
Oops.
clothes, underwear, and all that sort of thing. Vinyl windows, cooking utensils. I hope, and I'll be honest with you, I hope that the cat's litter box is not made of the wrong kind of stuff. Well,
Only you would think of that, Drake. There's probably some other ones. Okay. What about?
just because you ain't got no cat don't mean you ain't thought of it.
I've had them in the past. I would have one. Anyway, there was one question that didn't show up on that link. I don't know. It must have a limited in characters. So it says, "What about mental health diagnoses or challenges for the med beds?"
Okay, well, when you get reset, the manner in which your brain operates is also reset. That precludes challenges and fun and games in terms of having a glitch, or whatever. And the ideal is quite simple. Med beds handle things that are not too much out of the ordinary and relatively commonplace, but everybody is possibly subject to them. The effects of our so-called inoculations are mitigated totally, gone. The
That's big.
effects, the effects that these things have had on people, the nanobots that cause that are negated. By that I mean that they're
Short-circuited.
no, they pull the batteries. They're not that nice. They don't short, so they don't just zap and they pull the battery out and rip it up and throw it off. Man.
Well, you have to take the whole battery out, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Well, if you're really going to make sure,
Yeah.
then
100%.
you have to go through a physical cleanse, get rid of all the gobbledygookus and whatever that's running around your bloodstream, or
Oh, that could be challenging.
lodged up your left nostril or whatever, just
Okay.
be careful when you sneeze. You might kill somebody, Oh boy.
Okay. They say there are 144,000 chosen ones. How do we know who the chosen ones are? I just don't, that's kind of like setting up elite people,
First of all, I don't think you will, for the simple fact that that's ancient religious prophecy that has been negated. Oops.
Fuck.
Okay.
Sorry.
What? I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, okay.
Well, there you go.
I said, Christine, I heard what you said.
Oops.
I apologize, everyone.
No, I don't know what it was for or what it was related to.
The computer. I'm trying to go between the chat and all that. Sorry.
Okay.
Well,
I can mute you and you can curse away.
Wait a minute. You mean dot connector ain't connected?
Yeah. No, she's connected. Yeah, she's connected. All right.
Okay.
I don't think her channel didn't work right. I don't know why. We're gonna have to talk to
talking about stuff they don't want to hear us talk about. It's pretty simple. Yeah. They like it.
Okay. Alrighty then. Did we have any other questions? Let me see if I missed something. Somebody asked this: are we still on the timeline where we will be moved into a higher 4D by September 23rd?
Yes, but it won't be the 23rd. September is 9, not 10. 10-3. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish
Let me-
now, yeah, I'm not going to say that ET can't change that. If they change it up, that's fine. I'm tired of being old and decrepit and whatever.
Me too. Okay.
We are.
All right. It says here now one other thing. It says, since we have so many people watching, it says, could you repeat the time frame for those who joined a little bit late?
Which time frame did they want? I'll give out about 5 or 6 of them. You got a time frame of an absolute date.
That was a question from Dot Connector, so I'm not sure. You want to tell us what you mean, Dot Connector? Are you still there, Christine? Hello.
Her emoji ain't smiling.
No, it's not. She's typing me something in Skype. So we have to work back and forth because of this censoring thing. We're doing the best we can to get the information out there and dealing with these morons at YouTube that censor us over petty people. You know, they violate the Constitution and the Bill of Rights on a regular.
Rights.
Yeah, there are no rights, right?
you just ain't, you know. Now, if you're knocking down 10 mil a month, they pay attention to whatever you had to say. Or even tell them to do stuff and they do it.
Okay.
The only thing I hope is that if they are really as funky as they seem to be, that they get either hair or something else caught in their zipper.
I guess what I'm being told is that a lot of new people have come in who probably missed the first 10 minutes of the show, and now they're in and they're watching now, but they don't know about that what we talked about in the very beginning. And I don't know for sure what you're referring to, Christine. Would you like to just come on and talk about what you're talking about?
Talk to me, baby.
Well, there was some dates and some information that he had started with, and because of the mix-up in the channels, people weren't sure where to go. So if he had dates from ET, if he could just repeat that when he expects things to happen, that's all.
But we always have issues with dates. So
I know. I'm not saying it's going to happen on that day.
Well, they didn't tell me when the free pizza gets here.
Well, that would be nice. Right?
What can I say?
But he had said it changed. So
the what?
You said the date had changed when you talked about. I think you were talking about the difference between November and October 3rd.
Yeah, the original date was November to coincide with the elections. The ETs could reconsider that and made it move up a month. So instead of 11, you got 10. And now you got to remember, I'm going to say this again so everybody gets this, dates and times and whatnot are subject to change. If somebody feels like they need to change it and they're in charge, especially if they're upstairs, they can change it. So it could happen tomorrow. Don't know.
In other words, you don't need to be attacked if the date doesn't come out on the day you said or something like that. That's
I get attacked all the time.
All the time, I know. I get my share too, but oh well. We're just trying to keep people informed as best we can. So,
I feel something like being loved. I mean, they got to show their affection.
Okay. But now, there are a certain number of things that are supposed to happen by October 3rd or, thereabouts. So and it could happen tomorrow is what you're saying. So what is that the transition that you're talking about? Or is that
a portion of it?
Pardon?
Bear that in mind. The transition was set for 11/3. They changed it to 10/3. So our transition from 3D to 4D will happen by 10/3 at the latest. It gives us 40 days or thereabouts, something like that.
No, okay. So are they responsible for that happening?
No. This is oh boy, this is very similar to the same thing that goes on when somebody would, oh boy, I don't know how can I express it. Um, hmm, if and that's what it is. If you take a look, and you can do your own research. Everybody out there can look up the prophecies, and you'll find that they're supposedly chiseled in stone, and they're not. They're fluid. They change and alter and metamorph according to what is needed, according to what the prophecy is supposed to be. It's supposed to go along with everything that's happening presently. We have a lot of gobbledygook going on that's going to be worked out.
Okay, I have another question for you. This is from any news on the quantum financial system? If people might have missed it, we did mention it already, but if you don't mind, just kind of summarizing real quick again.
Quantum system is very simple. Let's see here. It's like another net of its own. And the thing about it is that it operates on a time basis. Ooh, they have a terrible, terrible thing about that. There's a communication device that's very similar to it. It's a little black box about, well, let's put it this way. It's a little smaller than this camera. Okay. And you get this box sitting there, and you have a handset, you know, like from a radio phone or whatever, and you speak into the handset, and wherever you have whatever code you have put in a machine causes it to connect to the machine that you programmed it to connect to. Oh, box number 1 is going to talk to box number 2. Clunk. There's a problem that these people are going to have. And that is that it uses an interdimensional capability of the message goes into the box and changes its time frame to something totally different out in Gaga land, and nobody can listen in. Then the person on the other end at the other box hears you perfectly fine. That's what's interesting about the quantum shift coming in terms of finance. It's going to do something similar. You won't be able to get into somebody else's account. I don't care who you think you are. It won't happen. Can't happen. Period. Yes.
Okay. If we're in the quantum financial system, is this going to be completely digital?
Well, it's not digital in the sense that we understand what digital is. I said time. Time is a quanta. Time is nonlinear, and a whole bunch of things. There is a class, 4D class, on the subject, so everybody will understand it without having to be some kind of physicist or genius or something. It will be similar to what you might have in mind for a digital wallet or something of that nature, but it won't be digital, not as we understand it. And what I'm saying is that the digital stops from your receiver, your transmitter, your little box. It changes timelines, zooms out, does its thing, and whatever you need back, it brings you back. The differential is so great. Well, the military love to get a hold of it, among other people that I know of that have been questioning me for years about it. And it's very simple. You can't break it. It's not an encryption in the sense that everybody thinks it is. It's an encryption in terms of time. By the time you would get there, it might be last week, and there might be $1.98 in the account if you can get into the account. Now, there's another little fun and games switcheroonie in terms of accessing the account. Oh, you can communicate just fine, but getting in, I don't think so. At least not according to the ETs I've talked to.
Well, what about this doesn't have anything to do with social credit system, does it? Like
No,
they have in China?
no.
Okay.
This is head and shoulders above anything of that nature.
Okay, because that's a nightmare.
When I say head and shoulders above that, I mean there is. Let's see here. Global currency reset is one of the bases for what goes on in your account. And if you understand it, you can look it up it's on the internet. Look it up, and you'll find that it goes on an individual basis by way of the individual and who they are, who and what they are, and what they do.
Wow.
That's the global currency reset. That gives you a valuation of an individual in terms of what we use. It would be money. Okay, well, money goes to, everybody love this, zero. Ooh, why? Because it's all transferred out of our view and out of our range and we can't get to it until they tell us what our account number is and the password to get into it. Having fun yet?
Wow. Okay, here's one for you. Does any of this have anything to do whatsoever with an increase for people in Social Security or disability?
No.
Is that going to happen?
Yeah, but not in quite the way that everybody thinks. Now, you got to remember, med beds take care of 99% of the problems. Okay, so physicality won't be the great concern that it has been over the years. Excuse me. The reason that we're so concerned with it is because we've been subject to it because we're in 3D. When we move from 3D to 4D, that don't work anymore. Ain't that cool?
Alrighty then. Okay. Another big question is, what about the solar flash? When is that anticipated to happen? Is that gonna?
Oh boy.
That's everybody wants a date on everything, and then if the date's wrong or different, then everybody gets all, see, you can get it right. Blah, 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 blah. So anyway, does anybody really know?
Everybody and their mother-in-law, kids, old people, etc., have dreams, and these dreams can be ugly, and you can go with efflumps and woozles, like a certain cartoon did, or you can become the learned apprentice, like Disney had in their movie. If you learn how the things actually work, then you can have each of the things. And I'm saying things because it's not something you can name. You can't say, what is the force of the wind? It doesn't have a name. They call the wind Mariah or something like that. So it varies that way. And the basic part of it that controls it all is not of our design, but ET design. They take, and it's whatever language that particular ET speaks and knows, and translate that into English so that we can understand it. Fun, huh?
Okay, here's another big question for you. Will the big first solar flash shift into the higher 4D eliminate black goo, graphene, nanoparticles, chips, and AI in humans' bodies? You already kind of covered that, but
mostly. This has all been covered before. When the transition takes place, you will know it by a flash if you're conscious. Now you got to remember about 80-90% of the people are going to be asleep. They're going to sleep. You're going to sleep for about 3 days, supposedly. That's the 3 days of. That's the 3 days
of darkness.
Okay. You get 10 days altogether. It takes about 3 days to shut it down, 3 days to fix it, and then you got another 3 days to turn it back on again. So you're going to be, going to be asleep. A lot of them. I have opted to be awake. So if I seem to get tired and that sort of thing, now you know why. Yeah. Yeah. The flash may not be as intense as a lot of people think. It could be as minor as somebody's smartphone taking a picture. It could be as major as a humongous solar flare. That hasn't been stipulated, so I'm ignorant about it. I'll tell you, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, what we got?
Another question is, will humanity still face food shortages, and any updates on Canada?
All of the things that we need are going to be taken care of in terms of quality and quantity, and getting it delivered to the people that need it. So nobody's going to starve to death. You might get a little hungry between cheeseburgers. I don't know. But the pizza has been ordered. So you can expect it to arrive at the door. I'm going to go like this. And yeah, pizza. And you just open the door, they hand it to you, and close the door, and go eat. I like pizza.
I do too.
I like cheeseburgers too.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What about someone's asking, is money safe in the bank? There are people saying that yes, it is.
No,
and other people
it's not.
saying
The money will be transferred in its value from the banking system we have now, which won't exist. It only takes about 2 days and it's gone.
Does that include credit unions?
Yeah, it includes any form of banking system there is.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. The value of it will be transferred. So your new account is going to be quite a bit different than people think. And like I said, there is a class on this so that everybody will have a full understanding. I got a full understanding, but it take 2 or 3 of these 2-hour shows to get it up to the point where anybody can absolutely understand and know what's going on.
Where will these classes occur?
They're going to be on every broadcast channel possible, all of them. The internet, and I mean everything on the internet, it will be shut down except the class. On TV, on radio.
So people are going to learn it whether they like it or not, right?
Well,
that's good.
Well, think about wanting to pay for the groceries. You got to be able to learn how to pull value out of your account and apply it, and that's part of the class. And if you don't care about not eating, that's fine with me. More food for me is the way I see it.
Is this the same time will the replicators be out then too?
Yeah, the replicators will come out shortly after the med beds.
So med beds are going to be almost what you could call
dropped
from the skies.
Yeah. I don't know if they use parachutes or not. They might just for the fun of it. Well, they're dropped. Here's what's funny. E.T., this is classified information, declassified when I release it. E.T. has been dropping funny things, and I'm not going to say what, funny things on the Pentagon and our illustrious federal government for years. If you take a look right now, get you a picture of the dome of the Capitol building, the White House, and take a close look at that thing, and you're going to see stuff stuck to it. Now, you take a close look and you'll find out what it is. And I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to let you figure it out. It's kind of fun.
Okay. Well, somebody's asking another question is, what about, are there actually going to be any elections in the fall?
No. There's going to be appointments by ET, people who are qualified, capable, able, and willing to do the job. whatever it is. It could be dog catcher. It could be, president, whatever.
Okay.
Well, Trump's supposed to come back and all this other stuff. So, boy,
Well, yeah, he's been under fire lately. Have you you seen any of that? I mean, he's always been under fire. I mean, really, if you think about it.
They want to make him vote so he can't run, can't be in office anymore. The reason being is that they are deathly afraid of him, and by deathly afraid, they tried to do some ruination on a financial basis not too long ago, and the banks that tried to pull that crap don't exist anymore, and they went, huh? And Trump's sitting there giggling. He knew what happened.
He time travels, doesn't he?
Well,
or he has. But anyway, he has that technology from Tesla, as I understand it. But anyway, well, there's a lot of people that feel like, okay, we're at an hour and 6 minutes. So,
we'll take a break or not?
Oh, is that what you wanted to do? Yeah. Okay. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Okay. We'll take a 5-minute break. We'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the people who have been under fire lately on some of the shows, if that's okay. Okay. I don't like that much because I don't like to criticize anybody because I think everyone should take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But anyway, you go take your break and I'll do the same and I'll just put something else up for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Range is pleased to present Medexus and the Superfruit Lonicera Cerulean. The cornerstone of Medexus products, Lonicera Cerulean, is a superfood that supports life at the cellular level. Whether you're looking for a longevity product with added glutathione and ATP, something to help lift you through the day without having to resort to stimulants like caffeine or acidic energy drinks, or just seeking a natural solution to support stress management, Medexus also has a natural approach to pain management. Its Relieve product is unique in its ability to support the body's own pain management system. It's been said you'll notice a difference the very first day. The second day, you'll be loving the products, and the third day, we'll be telling friends about Medexus. Visit medexus.gailofgaia.com to learn more and to see what other people are saying about these quality products. That's medexus.gailofgaia.com. Range with Gail of Gaia is honored to be affiliated with MyNutra, makers of hemp paste. Hemp paste is a whole food product that still contains most, if not all, of the terpenes, phytonutrients, essential elements, and CBDs of the raw hemp plant. CBD oil manufacturing methods strip away living essential elements, leaving only one, a dead CBD oil. CBD oil alone simply cannot support the entourage effect that occurs when hemp pastes essential nutrients go to work to support your optimum health. Almost 200 terpenes and over 500 other phytonutrients work together with a synergistic effect that simply doesn't happen with CBD oil alone. Visit hemppaste.gailofgaia.com. That's hemppaste.gailofgaia.com to learn more. And be sure to check out the impressive array of hemp-enriched products while you're there. That website again, hemppaste.gailofgaia.com. That's hemppaste.gailofgaia.com.
Hi, everyone. I see that I have Drake back in the studio on this thing, and I will have him on here in just a minute. I really like to remind you this is listener supported, and I'm going through a lot of hell lately with the censorship thing, having to utilize other channels and so on in order to be able to keep this up and running. So your help is really needed. And even if you purchase any of the products, which I've thoroughly researched as to the quality and so on, I just really hope that you can do that to help out. I appreciate it very much. And Drake says he has something to teach everybody. So I'm going to bring him and Christine back on. And here we go.
Here's the dot. And there I am. Okay. People have been asking me for years to teach some of the secrets of the universe to be something you can use. And I'm telling you, it don't matter what it is. Anything at all. There is a thing called duality. Okay. That applies to the conscious and subconscious mind. If you want to cause something to happen, all you have to do is have your conscious mind, that's the one that is looking around and all this stuff, to program it that you wish to do a certain thing. By that I mean you envision. And this is the fun part. Everybody gets to close their eyes and get a clear picture of what it is they want. It doesn't matter if it's health, riches, fame, fortune, whatever. The thing about this is that when you visualize this picture of you being where you would like to be, your subconscious mind it causes you to go that direction. That means that the things that are not possible become possible. I've done this myself. Anybody that doesn't know about my books, they're on Gail of Gaia's website, and um, everything in there is pretty factual. Some of it's intense, but it's very simple. If you can close your eyes and get a picture of what you want to have in terms of result, you visualize it, and go to sleep. Your own subconscious mind will abide by your wishes. It will cause you to go in the direction necessary to acquire the condition you're asking about, that you're programming your subconscious to work on. This works for anybody. Doesn't matter, little kids, big kids, old people, young ones, doesn't matter. And that's exactly how simple it is. And that's only one of the secrets of the universe. Some of the others will be explained at a later date. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
Okay.
That
let's see if
means
I-
you can even grow petunias if you want to.
Okay. Right. I just want to, I want to mention, I do have hemp paste on there, but and right now they're running a sale of 25% off. So
Ooh.
if you have used hemp paste or you want to try hemp paste, it's a good time to try it. And I tell you what, I haven't had any bad results from anyone with that. So I guess the dot connector lost her connection. Maybe she'll come back on. There we go.
It's just like what I just taught you. Works for anybody. Anybody that does actually gets a picture. The clearer the picture, if you can smell the surroundings, like the leaves or flowers or whatever it might be, you're going to be surprised to find yourself standing in the middle of it.
In other
It's like
words,
it's like dreams. People have dreams about whatever, them being a super duper this or that. Okay. What's neat is people have a choice. They either say, "Nah, that never happened," and just shy away from it for fear that they might get what they're asking for. Ooh. The other one is that some people embrace whatever it is. Give it a big hug and go, "Ooh, this is going to be fun. Fasten my seatbelt. We're going to ride the roller coaster." And off you go. So, but anyway, the hemp paste works. I know people that have used it.
thank you.
You're
That's what
welcome.
I've heard too. I've been really impressed with what people say about it.
Yeah.
And I just think that, and I like the mint flavor. I highly recommend the mint flavor. Otherwise, I don't like the taste of it. It doesn't taste wonderful, but it works. So, somebody, that connector puts your books on Rumble. So she got
Oh,
the
okay.
links off of my website and put it on Rumble. So it makes it really easy for people. That's what we try to do. We're building a community here and we're trying to make it as easy as we possibly can. And that's why I do ask for some volunteer help, because I can't do it all. There's a lot more to this than a lot of people realize. But anyway, the other question I got here is, how can we protect ourselves etherically?
How can we protect ourselves? Which way?
Etherically?
Well, first of all, the nomenclature is not correct. The protection is simple. On a spiritual and physical basis, you need to learn to armor up. And what you want to do, this is another one of those close your eyes deals. Close your eyes and envision a pale pink covering goes all over your body. Woohoo. And it does 2 or 3 pretty amazing things. One, nothing can get in your mind that you don't allow. Number two, nothing can physically harm you. I'm quite serious about this, very literal. And number three, this is the cool part. It gives you insights at times when you're in contact with this covering, and it will give you pointers. It's like programming your subconscious mind that you want to be healthy. Ooh, supplements. Which ones? Oh, that one there and this one over here. And my goodness, I see black gold. What? Can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself. Black gold is legit. It's that shilajit, that special substance from the Himalayan mountains and the Sherpas who harvest it. It's a great product. It adds a lot of minerals to your diet, and that's one of the things we're very deficient in as a result of, corporate farming and so on.
Can you hear me, Gail?
Now I
Can you hear
can. Now I
Okay,
can.
great.
I didn't know you were talking.
Okay. Well, I was just going to add to what you said because we just did a video with Ben this past month, and he did a great job with that and did some education with the blue sheet. So I just wanted to recommend if anybody wanted to watch the video, he gives a lot of education on it, and it's
he's very knowledgeable. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's an adaptogen, which is very hard to say, or
yes, it is.
Which means it can help your current nutrients or any medications you're on work better. It facilitates everything to work better together.
Well, what it really does too is it also gives your body the ability to adapt to stress, and that's why they call it an adaptogen. So it helps to modulate stress in the body and the stress hormones and so on. So that's a big.
I just keep loaded guns around the house.
Oh gosh.
Anything wants to be stressful, go ahead.
I am so glad I am not his
day.
next. Can you imagine being his next door neighbor?
Who? Me? I don't shoot at the neighbors. They're friends of mine, most
I'd
of
be
them.
ducking. I'd be crawling on the ground.
We'd be doing practical jokes back and forth all the time. It would be horrible. No.
I'd be bringing y'all some of my famous chicken stew and beef stew and stuff, making your day right. I'm good. See, the unique thing about being up where I'm at in the woods is that these people don't believe in chemicals. You better get that syringe away from my horse or my cows or what, or I might do something nasty, your whatever's. And
there are a lot of farmers like that, or ranchers, whatever you want to call them, that feel the exact same way you do, except the ones that are part of the big corporate conglomerates.
Well, the ones up here, most of them are independent, and independence means Independence Day. You want to find out how independent somebody is? Tell them what you think of. Ooh, you start Civil War III.
Well, people need to be able to grow their own food, raise their own.
Most of them,
and
the things that we get at the grocery are pretty nice. They're all organic, grown here. It's not grain fed; it's grass fed. That's the goats and the pigs and the horses and everybody. Quite literal.
Yeah, well, what I always try to remind people is when they're fed out on grain, it's usually a GMO corn, and if that gets into their body, it gets into your body, and you really don't want that.
Yeah, well, we eat sweet corn from here, and boy, is it good, man!
I don't think the sweet corn is GMO, not the sweet corn. All the other feed corns are. I'm pretty sure.
No, not ours. You have three basic kinds of
What do you mean? What do you mean? Not ours? Not our. That's what I was
the
saying.
stuff that we're getting up here. Yeah,
Yeah,
is
it's not GMO.
organic. Yeah, it's
That's
organic.
what I meant. Okay, so we're on the same page there. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
say.
we do.
Can I interject a little bit? I
No,
want to brag on Gail a
No.
little bit. I'm going to brag on Gail.
Oh no.
She did a great interview. I just put the YouTube in the chat. It's on Jessica Morocco's
Oh,
channel, and
yes.
she interviewed Gail, and it was all about nutrition, GMOs, EMS, you name it. It was a really great video, and I just wanted to let everybody know that.
I would
talked
like.
about.
Can I add something?
Go ahead.
I've talked to a whole bunch of different people about supplements and all, and this and that and the other things. Gail's one of the more knowledgeable nutritionists that I've met. So there you go.
Oh,
Yes. And
thank you, Drake. I appreciate that.
Well, hey, I'm being real.
you should check it out, Drake. It's a very good presentation, and I learned a lot. So great.
Do you have?
And Christine is no dummy.
Well, have you got a thing that I can, a link or something I can get?
Yeah, can I put it in your Skype?
That's fine. That'll work.
Under your name, my connection to you.
Mountain Mouse 1.
What? Mountain Mouse 1?
Mouse 1.
Mountain Mouse.
Mountain Mouse. Mountain. You know what a mountain is. I'm sure you know what a mouse is. You put them together.
Oh, I see. Okay, I'm putting in that one.
I like that name, Drake. That's funny.
Well, you used to have me on shows, and I was the quietest little thing that you ever saw in your whole life.
No,
no way.
I don't believe that.
My, how things have changed.
Well, people are requiring a lot from me, so I decided to just open it up and let them have it. Gail's Nutrition Show with Jessica.
What?
I put it in his Skype.
Little 5 messages from her getting on Skype on me. I'm getting Skyped while we're.
You're getting Skyped.
That don't sound right somehow.
Did not.
Well, I'm just being honest. That's just how it is. She's muted herself again.
Well, on YouTube, you better watch out because I have a wrench and I slap people over the head with that wrench.
He can wrench people right out. I'm back again. I wanted to ask you, somebody asked this question, Drake. We may have heard this before, but how will the transition impact our pets? Are they going to fall asleep for 3 days too? Maybe.
Now that I don't know about them sleeping, but the interesting part is that if you're close to pets, no matter what it is, and be alligators, snakes, birds, whatever, you'll be able to talk to them.
They'll come with me.
By that, I mean, just like we're talking here, having a conversation. Yeah, the cat will say, "Don't do that again," huh?
Can you imagine the look on people's
like that again, and I'm gonna rip your arm off? No. I don't need to be modified.
Can you imagine the look on the people's faces the first time they hear their animal say something to them? Oh my God, that would be precious to have those pictures, wouldn't it? It would be hilarious.
I used to teach my friends' pets how to articulate English. Like if they want to go out, they would say "out." They go over to the door. The dog instead of scratching, turn around and sit there and bark at somebody, and everybody look at the dog and say "out." Just plain as I just said it. Oh, time to go out, huh? Out. Ruff. Take the dog out and is perfectly happy. I mean, or a cat or whatever. I mean, we will be conversant with plants as well. Lots of people talk to their petunias. Oh, you're a beautiful little turkey, aren't you? Why don't you get big? Oh, yeah. I want a dinner plate size blossom from you. And it'll do everything it can to make to do that. I mean, Oh,
candidly, thank you for what you said. We're happy to have you as part of this family. We're creating a soul family on this communication chat place. It's just not working quite as good as it did before because YouTube has me
Do you
on
mean
the radar.
does that mean to say I got drafted or something?
Oh, somebody's being funny. What if your dog humps your leg now? Anyway. Alrighty
You know
then.
what, Gail?
You
They're
know what?
probably
You know,
coming after. They're probably coming after the light that's coming out of your channel. That's what it is.
what is coming after the light?
No, the light is that's coming out of her channel because she shares truth and things that are good for you, and that's why it's getting their attention. I guess you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
That's why
want to take it down. Yeah, they want to keep
Yeah.
it from going out there. They want to keep my channel from growing anymore. So remember, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you make sure you get notified when something comes out. And we, like I said, we're trying to be real careful because they would love to take everything down. And I don't have the resources.
Let me express something so everybody will get this. As soon as the transition takes place, none of this take people down, canceling people, and all that garbage that goes.
Thank goodness for that.
We'll be able to speak them the truth. Ooh.
Finally, like it was supposed to be all along until they hijacked it. And they hijacked it a long time ago.
It'd be like taking a naked politician and rolling them in poison sumac or something and say, how you like that?
Poison sumac.
It's
Ooh,
craziness. I
that
mean,
is-
it's beyond crazy at this point, really.
It really is. What was the other thing I was going to ask? Something about. Oh, there was a lot of. I don't know. People have been outing each other. Maybe we shouldn't even get into that. That might not be a good idea. We have Juan Savin being criticized. We have who's the other one now? I'm skipping my mind. Elena Denon being seriously criticized, and I think there's one more. Who's the other one? Anyway, neither here nor there. It's at a time when light workers should be uniting and sticking together. If you don't agree with everything they say, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, and don't be so critical. As you're not doing you actually lower your vibration by doing that.
Just do a show together. You can bounce all kind of fun things off each other.
And some people have been talking about this on their channels because it's like an infiltration, so to speak, of negativity in the truther community, and we got to say something about it. We got to speak our truth and say, no, we're not going to put up with this. Don't subscribe. Don't listen to that person then who's being negative.
I've got something to let you guys know about.
What's that?
That is that in ancient times, and this was done a couple of 3 to 4 million years ago, a dark spell was cast over the planet. People call it the Matrix. They call it this. They say it's that. Well, let's put it where the truth is. This is high level, and I mean very high level, black magic. And everybody, no matter who it is under its spell to some extent. Us less than most, but some of them don't understand where the nasty or adverse or I'm going to pick on you or tear you up ideas come from. Now you know where they come from. This will dissipate and cease to exist at the transition. Bear that in mind. The matrix will dissolve.
That could totally change people.
Ooh.
Wouldn't
Totally.
that would be so cool.
Have the nastiest mother on the block come up and give you a big hug. I'm sorry, I was nasty and mean.
I didn't mean it. Well, all right. Have you seen Alice Munchette? No, I haven't. Some are trying to say that Enki is back to help us through this. What do you think about that?
Well, the gods that were, and I'm saying were, tried to pull some stuff on me and some friends, and we have been putting them in detention ever since. The detention, my ideology of detention goes with an infinity pod, and quite simply, whatever they imagine, whatever they think they are and are involved in, it's all imaginary to them and them alone. They can't really affect anybody else with it. But what's neat is, until they're released from it, they run around in there like a person on a Mobius strip would run around in circles forever. Okay, it's an infinity pod, and that's what it does. Okay, that was adopted by the ETs and used for the detention cells that they have on board motherships. And a lot of these, and I use this loosely, superior entities are stuck in there and don't even know it. It is just, it's fun. I can see inside one and look at it and watch the turkey run around in circles. Ain't getting nowhere, but he's going around and say, okay, Gail, oh boy. I just got Skype messaged again.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what that was about, but
natural news.
I don't know. I there's so much going on right now, but about Enki and Enlil. Enlil is Enki, and Enki is Enlil, and the good guy was the bad guy. Both of them. I mean, they were all slavers. I mean, let's face it. They both wanted us as slaves, as far as I know. Now, if I'm wrong, yeah. If I find out different, so be it. But at this point in time, that's what
Gail, after a few things happen, I will have the capability of taking people and showing them. I'll take you and show you, and you can really have a good laugh at some of these people that think they're doing something to somebody when they're not doing nothing to nobody.
Okay. Well, I don't know that we have any. Does anybody have any more questions? Let's see. I don't see any more in Skype at this point in time.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, somebody did ask a question. What about the normies that don't believe anything other than what's on TV?
Shame on you. Oh, boy. It depends on what channel they watch. How about that one? Not even Fox. Nobody in broadcast media of any type, no matter what it is allowed to speak the full truth. The second that they do, they'll flip the switch and you're off the air.
Who's they? The deep state, you mean?
The people that are in charge of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to name them.
So they don't even have a choice. They can't tell the truth because they'll be shut off. Or is that right?
Yeah. Fox News, all of them. They cannot really get into the full truth. It's like what I told you about Trump and his legal problems with the idiots that think they're in charge of him. They're going to find out the hard way. Just that simple. And the only way sometimes to get somebody's attention is to go ding, 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 dink on their forehead and say, hey, dink.
Well, somebody's asking, will the media go down?
Yes.
When? Before the transition or after?
At the time that it is appropriate for them to release the information, all the channels, every last channel, no matter what it is, it'll be your channel, it'll be Dot Connector's channel, everybody's channel will be superseded by the ET information. And that information don't play favorites, and it don't cut no slack for anybody. If you're wrong, they'll tell you. If you're doing a good job, they'll tell you that too. Pretty simple. It's not complicated.
Okay. We have a couple other questions that came up now. Will there be an ABS?
ABS.
Emergency broadcast system.
Oh, EBS.
Yeah.
You said ABS, and that really didn't. Okay,
Oh,
EBS.
I thought I
Yeah,
said EBS.
yes, that's
Okay.
what ET. That's what ET is going to use to supersede all of the programs on all of the channels.
Okay. What about what is it? Somebody's asking, what do you think about Trump? What do you think about the white hats
The white hats.
or Trump? What do you think about him?
I
What's your
think
feeling?
Trump's a little bit too outspoken and gruff with about everything. However, I have heard that he has been taking some pointers from some people that have caused him to be able to mitigate that problem. In other words, you aren't going to hear about some nasty mofo doing something to Trump from Trump. You dirty rotten right here. That ain't going to happen. You're going to have a very refined and self-contained Trump that's going to really surprise some people.
That's
He's going to be
interesting.
back on national news and a bunch of other places.
I kind of liked his not being necessarily politically correct because he just said what he wanted to say. You know, he was basically being honest, but they don't like that. So, oh well.
You know what being politically correct brings to mind when I think about that particular little statement?
What?
Critical race theory
Oh God.
is about as politically correct as you're going to get. Now,
That's
if you're
political insanity.
well, if you're not up on the news, I think you should really check some things out because lately the people that have kids have been taking these people to task. Now, when I say taking them to task, I mean taking them to court and having a judge tell them, no, 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 you don't do that, dink. Now, the alternative on the second time around is jail time. Doesn't matter who it is, superintendent, you know, union leaders of the teachers union. You guys are subject, and you know you got legal problems. They've already been expressed to you once. The next time you get it expressed to you, you'll be read charges in a federal court. I love it.
Okay.
Hit them over the head with a baseball bat. See if there's anything in there.
Okay. Then somebody's. Oh, is there anything that you recommend to prepare for what's coming?
Yeah. Get your mind and your feelings right. Get yourself to become in service to others, and as Moody Blues said, love everybody and make them your friend. You don't get doing to others. You had to have them doing to you. It's a forever commitment. And once you start dispelling the darkness in your own mind, the things in your life that have been dark also get dispelled. Isn't that neat?
Right. In other words, purify your thoughts, words, and deeds at this time.
Yeah.
As much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And do know that random acts of kindness do matter. They may seem like small and nothing, but they affect the entire universe. So, because we're all connected.
Blow a big, messy old slobbering raspberry on your grandkid's neck or their belly, either way.
Okay, yeah, really. Let's see. Oh, somebody's asking, is Trump going to get arrested?
No. Okay. The people that played the games at Mar-a-Lago may be looking for a job flipping burgers somewhere.
Okay.
That's how serious Trump is about this.
What about him answering for, and this is a big issue for a lot of people. What about him answering for his, he was pushing the you know what, and it's been killing a lot of people. So we can't say that, but
I don't think that you have to understand something. There's two of everything. Why make one when you can make two? Okay, that's first. Secondly, you have to understand that the elites, such as Trump, get a different vaccine and medicines than you do, or we do.
yeah,
Just
use a
simple.
different word. Don't use that word.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Donation from
Okay.
free reminds
Thank you.
for plus rumbles.
I don't understand that. Do you?
Oh,
That
I'm
doesn't.
sorry to interrupt.
It doesn't make sense. But so
Thank
go ahead and
you.
say it.
Thank you to Free Our Minds for the donation. We appreciate it very much.
Oh yeah, thank you. Anybody who makes a donation, I appreciate
Yeah.
it extremely much. Yeah, things have been
And-
really
and
tight lately.
We
Yeah.
have 518 watching and only
Wow.
39 rumbles. So please, guys, hit that plus sign right under the video on the left.
It really helps. It helps a lot when you hit the likes or you hit the rumbles, because it's affects the computer's algorithm. So that way the channel can be seen by more people. So
Oh,
it's helpful.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need
So
all the
I'm
help we
sorry.
can get.
I did not want to interrupt what you were saying, Drake, but that is a concern of mine that he did push that so hard and he
I
never
agree.
walked it back, you know?
Everybody has been asking about that. I'll see to it that he answers it within within a few days. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's yeah, the credibility level at that point after that just went, so
Right.
Okay.
And people are saying,
with a lot of
chances-
people. Yeah.
his chances for re-election are like in the toilet because he never really has addressed that.
If they haven't corrected, however, I have to say this, if they haven't corrected 2020, I don't even see any point of any election. What's the point? It doesn't matter what you do or who you vote for. It's been proven. Right?
It's all corrupt and rigged.
Exactly. So
Consequently, what you have to understand is that will be part of the social reset for the society at large.
Part of the what reset? Part of the what?
The social reset
Oh.
is going to be complete and rather thorough.
Social. I've never heard anybody call it social reset before.
Society is.
Can you
elaborate?
Society in general is going to be recalibrated, reformulated, so that it operates the way it's supposed to. That makes sense to you? In other words, you can walk up to somebody you don't know on the street and strike up a conversation, have a good old time, and then say, I gotta go, see you later. Okay. You don't even know each other's name. You don't have to. You can be nice and pleasant and brighten somebody up. Trump needs to go on TV with a little explanation for his actions, in my opinion.
Yes, he does. I agree.
And then we will find out whether or not people think the new Trump's better than the older one, or something like that.
How many are there, I wonder?
Of what? Trump's?
Is that a program clone that we're going to be seeing then?
One, no, just one. He's real. He's alive. He's people. Clones are funny. They're not classified as people. They're not classified as in the same way that humans are. Okay. You'll learn all about it in the class on the subject.
Well, I've heard that there's like 3 different levels and different abilities and stuff.
Anything that you can think of, they probably have already thought of and have already implemented.
Right.
So there could be 25 Trumps running around. The only thing is they have one problem. And I make sure they never show up on the same camera. Ooh, that messes their little trip all up.
Yeah, yeah.
You just
Especially
rem-
since most people don't even believe there are clones, so that's a whole nother thing.
You just reminded me of something though. Gail and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about somebody who's on YouTube a lot, like unreal amount of shows. And we said, well, there must be 3 clones of him to be able to write a book and then be on everybody's show like twice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't want to mention any names, and we're not going to go
I'm
there.
not.
So
I'm not.
okay. And anyway, I think it's time to call it a wrap. We've been on here quite a
Okay.
long time. There's a lot of I don't see anything else. Hope our county sheriffs
On
are
Skype,
being read
there's a
the riot
couple.
act.
Well,
Yeah, well, we're running out of time. We're gonna have to
Are we?
save them for another time.
Oh no.
Well, I have to
Bummer.
stay under 2 hours, or it won't even go up on Odyssey.
Okay.
okay.
So we only got 9 minutes left. So,
Oh wow.
any questions that anybody has that we didn't get to answer, hang on to them and save them for the next show.
Yeah,
That's the best I
whenever
can
that
do.
is.
Well,
Whenever
thank
that
you
is.
everybody for being here.
And-
Too much fun. It went by so fast.
It did. I can't believe how it always does, though. So again, thank you, everyone. Remember, stay in your heart, purify your actions, thoughts, and deeds, and help get us to the next level.
Ooh. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Much love. Love and light out there. The good kind. Okay.